Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Those of us who connect to our true purpose on a regular basis, we draw so much power from this feeling of clarity that it's surely worth the challenging and emotional lifelong journey to find our real reason for being here.
Continue watching to find out more.
Wonderful viewers, Lav Or means good day in Armenian. I am Sona. The people of the historic Republic of Armenia welcome all visitors with open arms and smiles, and generously share their beauty and love. Welcome to our show, Craig Goldblatt, Vegan, Leading a Life of Purpose, Part 1 of 3. Today we are privileged to feature the internationally esteemed Mr. Craig Goldblatt. Mr. Goldblatt is a public speaker, motivational coach, and trainer for businesses, organizations, charities, non-profit organizations, and individuals around the world, helping them to connect with their true purpose and amplify their personal impact upon the world. Craig is also a compassionate philanthropist and the founder of Giving Africa, a charity that built the Bethel Secondary School in Burkina Faso, one of the poorest countries, to empower and support 800 students. Craig Goldblatt is an extremely accomplished individual. After working in various aspects of sales at the age of 29, he decided that he wanted to run his own business. He then became a regular speaker about sales on the European conference circuit. He also began to learn more about emotional needs and psychology. This continued until the age of 35, when Craig Goldblatt had a remarkable transformative experience.
I visited a very remote Achuar community in the Ecuadorian part of the Amazon, and it just changed my entire focus. It kind of was a very remote environment, 300 miles from the nearest beating heart besides the community I was in. And in the Amazon, I really learned about nature, and I also reconnected to my mother's path, because my mum passed away when I was 18, and mum was a Nichiren and Shoshu Buddhist. And mum, her whole center, her whole core was about helping people, was about international development. And mum was a social worker for the Red Cross for years. And when I was 35, I really wanted to start doing some more charity work. And I guess I was inspired to do more charity work through being with this community in the Amazon. And I started to introspect so much more about my own purpose on the planet, and my values and my beliefs, and what's really important, rather than just earning money, what really makes a difference to me.
With a brand new purpose for his life, Craig again took the speaking circuit. But his focus shifted to social entrepreneurship, social enterprises, and charities. He has spoken over 700 times in the last 15 years, and through his talks, he infuses his audience with positivity, inspiring them to be their best selves and to consider their own life's purpose.
And so my next decade is dedicated to helping charity, to helping social entrepreneurship, and to help people really at a level of their purpose, living for our purpose, both intrinsically in our bodies. The amazing work that you do to help from a vegan perspective, to help from a perspective of loving ourselves and loving the amazing planet we've been given.
purpose is certainly something that is very tangible. We can discover or remember our purpose and focus on it in order to bring positivity to the world.
Who are we? Above that, you have the highest level of change of all, which is our purpose. What's our purpose? Yes, what we're here for. What's our reason for living beyond ourselves? This is us, this is I, who we are. When you go above us and you want to serve the rest of the world, you have your reason for living beyond yourself. Those of us who connect to our true purpose on a regular basis, we draw so much power from this feeling of clarity that it's surely worth the challenging and emotional lifelong journey to find our real reason for being here.
We are going to pause for a moment to contemplate our unique purpose in life and our reasons for doing something extraordinary. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
Warning: you might find the content herein disturbing, but the truth must be revealed.
Welcome back to our show. What prompted Craig to make the transition to a vegan diet, which has since become such an important part of his life?
7 years ago, I started practicing a little bit of yoga, and I learned from some amazing nutritionists about the power of our food in our bodies. And then I watched Cowspiracy, and I watched What the Health, I watched Game Changers. I just saw suddenly my belief systems went from a meat eater eating a bad diet to just realizing neurologically, physically, psychologically, I'm no different to any other sentient being on the planet. I'm no different to a cow, to a dog, to a whale, to a dolphin. There's no different. And I've been conditioned to eat meat. I think we've just been conditioned so heavily into eating what's been put in front of us, and we don't even question it. And so 3 years ago, I got this thunderbolt where I saw a duck being slaughtered on What the Health, and I saw the duck's eyes just before the duck was slaughtered. And in that moment, I had a salient moment that this is how I'm feeling. I'm not judging anybody else in the world. I feel that I've been an accomplice to this kind of murder for 43 years of my life. And I've eaten meat, and it's nobody's fault, and it's not my fault. I was just conditioned. But now I know that I have no right to take another animal's life. I'm just an animal. No more or less than a sheep or a pig or a cow or a dog or a whale or a fish. I'm exactly the same.
Mr. Goldblatt noticed significant changes in himself after transitioning to the vegan lifestyle.
Everything in my system was changing. So it took me about 3 months to get real energy back. So it was a slow process. And now I'm 46 years of age. I'm fitter than I've ever been in my life. I feel great. I've got more energy. I've got more passion. I've got more vitality for life. I just feel incredible, but I feel like I'm 25.
With this remarkable energy and zest for life, Craig achieves extraordinary things, such as running Giving Africa, the charity he founded in 2010.
10 years ago, we started a charity called Giving Africa, which works to alleviate poverty in Burkina Faso in West Africa. We built a school for 800 children, a school building and toilets. Now they've got a farming program and they're doing great with the school. The charity was also around inspiring what we call an exchange of wealth, which is the people that we took to West Africa learned more from Africa than we can give. So in other words, I feel that Africa is the cradle of mankind, and I love Africa. When you visit Africa and you work in international development and charity there, you get so much more than the money you're providing. And so this is a charity that's based on an exchange of wealth. it's givers gain. What we give to them, they give back to us doublefold. So we give them our financial resources and our skills, and they teach us about community life. Because I think something that we've lost in the UK to a degree is our sense of community.
Giving Africa helps to improve harsh circumstances by providing high-quality education, real opportunities, and self-sustaining incomes. Their holistic approach gives the children valuable resources, relevant skills, excellent teachers, and the nutrition they need to effectively learn and develop. In 2011, Craig led an inspirational team on a journey to climb Mount Kilimanjaro for Giving Africa. The expedition was described as having the toughest of conditions, with temperatures reaching as low as minus 25 degrees Celsius. Being a true inspirational speaker, Mr. Goldblatt had some powerful words to share by Theodore Roosevelt when the group reached the peak.
We're at the rooftop of Africa, we made it. And I want to say to you all, it's not the critic that counts, nor the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, where the doer of deeds could have done better. And if those ones who failed, at least they failed while daring greatly, these guys have done it. We've reached the rooftop of Africa. It's amazing, amazing feeling.
We are inspired to learn of Mr. Goldblatt's powerful period of introspection, which awakened his desire to be of meaningful service to others. Through his story, we are reminded of the wonderful things that we can accomplish when we have noble ideals and determination. For more information about Craig Goldblatt, please visit craiggoldblatt.com. He shared with us just how powerful love can be.
I was in West Africa with a 12-year-old girl, and she wasn't eating properly. Her parents had passed away, and she was in this amazing school in Burkina Faso. And we just shared a moment of purpose where she agreed that the most important thing for her to do is to love herself. And we just had a 5-10 minute conversation, and that really springs to mind and to heart, because I could tell that both of us will remember that moment for a long time. And I think whether we're a speaker or a coach, or we're a friend or a brother or sister, the most important thing in life is to love ourselves and love other people. And it sounds like a general thing to say, but I think love is the most powerful thing that we have. When we look back at life, when we end our life, everybody that's a lot older and wiser than I am, when they are at the end of their life, the magic is in the moments in our life, not the big things that we've done, but where we've shared love. And so what I can say is that the people that I've made the most impression with, the people that I've made the biggest difference to, the people that have been inspired by my talks, is when we've connected at a level of value. We've loved who we are, we've valued each other. And so when we look for the difference in people and looked at their energy rather than just their words, that's when you can make the most difference. It's a simple thing, but just love ourselves. The more that we love ourselves, the more that we love other people. That's it. It's simple.
Craig's message is very powerful and worth remembering every day. Respect people at a level of love. We are going to take a moment to meditate to strengthen our love, so that we can use it to make the world a better place. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
Warning, you might find the content herein disturbing, but the truth must be revealed.
Welcome back to our program. Mr. Goldblatt further elaborates on how love can help to overcome the fears that may contribute to depression.
I heard something from a book once that was profound for me. And the book said, what's the opposite of love? And it's fear. So I used to think the opposite of love is hate, but it's not. Hate and love are quite similar emotions, because if we hate, we feel a lot, right? So it's just a bridge between love and hate. I think the opposite of love is fear. So I think depression can be clinical, it's an illness. But yet, when we want to overcome it, we need to eradicate ourselves from fear. Because when we're depressed, we're fearful. And the opposite of fear is love. So I think the best way to overcome our fear and overcome depression is to find a loving environment in our heart. See, I think that we were born with an open heart. I think when you look at healthy children, they're loving everything about their life. And then as we get older, we get to 7, 8, 9 years old, and people start saying to us, lower your standards, or you're not good looking enough to play with me, or you're not strong enough to be in the football team. And we start to lose belief in ourselves. We start to go down. And I think we form layers in front of our heart. I think we start to get down and we start to get low. And our heart is the most powerful muscle that we have. So the more that we love ourselves, the more we strip out those layers. So if kids can find a loving environment or just a smile, to really kneel down and look at a child and connect with them and be present with them and tell them that you love them. Whether it's a child you don't know, and get down to their level and respect people at a level of love. And another thing that I heard years ago that's really powerful is somebody gave a poem, and I don't know who it was, but at the end of the poem they said, my job is to love people that don't like me.
Having this level of self-love and altruism certainly is aspirational. Yet, loving ourselves also involves looking after ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. Fortunately, Mr. Goldblatt has some sagely advice about this too.
I think how people can get more of a work-life balance is to make it a must to really look after our internal world. And there's 4 elements to this, 4 things that I really love to mention this morning. Number 1 is we need to meditate. We need to take time to look after ourselves through our breath. So just to sit quietly every morning, even for 5-10 minutes, just give ourselves that peace, that inner peace, to be able to start the day with the right intent. Number 2 is to eat really well. The more vegetables we eat, the more plant-based food we take into our system, the more variety of those vegetables that we have in our system, the more that we nourish our cellular capacity, our energy, the more energetic and alive we will feel. The third is to hydrate properly, of course. I believe that we're about 80% water, so we need to stay hydrated. And the 4th element, of course, is to exercise like 5 days a week. Even if it's for 10 or 15 minutes a day, just go for a little jog or get on our yoga mat or lift some weights or just go for a bike ride, once every couple of days. Do something to be able to move our body and keep ourselves vital. I think people's work-life balance, providing we do these 4 things, will dramatically improve. Because once our internal world feels great and we've got that energy, then it makes a real difference to how we grow and develop from a fulfillment perspective, but also an achievement perspective externally.
Thanks, Craig, for sharing your ideas about how we can obtain a balance in life. We are inspired to learn more about how we can be love in action and interact with our fellow inhabitants with respect and appreciation.
If I look at my dog or I look at a cow in a field, or I look at dolphins and I know that I'm treating them with respect and with love, spiritually there is energy. There's energy on this planet, because I can walk into a room and I can feel something. I can walk into another room and I can feel something completely different. What I do know is that we transfer energy. At a molecular level, we're feeling energy, right? We're dynamic. That's what we have. We have energy. And so if I'm eating something that's being killed, that's a hate energy. It's not a love energy. So therefore, if I look at a fish in the sea and I'm saying, I'm not killing you anymore, I'm with you. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, for me, spiritually, that now I can look at a sheep, I can look at a cow, and I'm with you. Universally, we're looking after each other, we're respecting each other. That's massive. It feels massive to me. I have no right to take another animal's life. I'm just an animal. No more or less than a sheep or a pig or a cow or a dog or a whale or a fish. I'm exactly the same.
As Craig Goldblatt points out, the power is in our hands, and we can be the change that we wish to see in the world, a cruelty-free and loving world.
We are capable of such creativity and wisdom. We hold the keys to creation, our children's future, and all our friends that share our home. Our dreams of an even better day. It is up to us now. It is up to you. Love big and live with passion.
Observing his vibrancy and zest for life, we asked him how people can build confidence in themselves.
So, I think confidence comes in a few different ways. Number one is for us to feel the fear and do it anyway. In other words, for us to take the risk. So the most important thing is that we have a go, we experience. The more we experience something, the more fear goes away. So I think experience helps with confidence. It's like they say, the first step is the most important. So that builds confidence. Just have a go. That's number one. The second is hang around with the right people. If people choose wisely their relationships, we build confidence from a related state. If we get encouragement from the people around us, then we can do anything. So I think we're naturally pack animals. So I think to spend time with the right people is very important to build confidence. The third thing is for us to know the end game, to know our purpose. So in other words, if we know our emotional legacy for our life, we know that the most important thing is the emotion that we feel. The legacy that we leave behind is emotional, not just physical or financial. In other words, if what we're doing is going to help somebody else emotionally, we're more likely to do it. We remember how somebody made us feel, always. We don't always remember what they said, we always remember how they made us feel. So in order for us to get more confidence, concentrate on what we feel rather than what we think. When our heart guides us, we have more confidence. When our head guides us, we judge. So our head is very powerful, but if we just are in our heads rather than our hearts, we lose confidence. Our confidence is in here, our power. I'd say the other thing that builds our confidence is exercise. The stronger we get physically, the more confidence that we have in life.
How we act on our values may also impact our confidence.
It is said that these values of ours have an inextricable link to our beliefs, our rules within our minds. When we live our values through our beliefs to a very high level, the outcome is strength and a great level of self-confidence for us as individuals, for our teams, and our whole organization.
A great activity is to think about our values. We can identify what our values are, how we develop these values, and most importantly, how we are acting on our values.
When we look at our values, we have many different values. Trust, integrity, honesty, passion, compassion, humility, openness, determination, persistence, peace, inner strength. We have hundreds of values. I think when we're at school and when we're young, we learn about our values for other people. So in other words, when we're at school, people say you have to be honest and tell the truth to other people. We have to have integrity for other people. We have to trust other people. When we're young, we're taught the values are for other people. I think to have a value for ourselves, we must realize that the values are for ourselves first. When you look at the value of health, we need to be healthy for ourselves before we can help other people with health. So in other words, it's important that we live our values for ourselves first, rather than for somebody else. So we need to look at our own values, and we need to live them at a standard that we would respect for ourselves. I went on a course once about health, and I realized that the standards at which I live health must be for myself first. I can't be smoking a cigarette and tell somebody else to be healthy. I can't be lying to myself if I want other people to be honest.
We are going to take a few moments to contemplate the values that are important to us and how we are living our lives in alignment with these values. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show. Mr. Goldblatt is a radiant example of living life confidently, with purpose and an open heart in alignment with his values. In doing so, he continues to infuse a lot of positivity into the world through his charity Giving Africa and in his work with other philanthropic groups.
The world of social enterprise is growing, and I think the premise of giving and receiving is so important spiritually for our sense of contribution. And so I'm now working for an amazing charity in South Africa called Africa Tikkun, who are working with 20,000 children in Johannesburg in South Africa to empower them. And they have something where they take kids from 3 to 18 years old. I'm working with an amazing charity called Prospect Burma, who are helping young people to go to university and improve their education in Myanmar. I'm really fortunate to work for an amazing tree planting organization called Plant for the Planet, which is a global organization that is running a campaign called the Trillion Tree Campaign, that's working with the World Economic Forum to make a massive difference and to make sure that environmentally we plant a trillion trees on this planet that we need. So I'm working with many different charities now that I'm so privileged to do. I'm working with an amazing homeless charity in London called Trinity Homeless. So my inspirational speaking is mainly around social enterprise and charities.
Having been inspired by Craig Goldblatt's uplifting discourse, we were eager to hear his final message for our viewers.
There's two fears that we have as human beings. Either that we're not enough or we're not loved. And my message is that we're absolutely loved and that we're absolutely enough. And we were born magnificent. And it's about us filling our potential to know that we're enough. We're still all children. We think we're adults, but we're all children. And if we love ourselves and we feel that we're enough, we're amazing. We've been evolving for 200,000 years. So if anybody tells you that you're not enough or that you're not worthy of love, you're absolutely worthy of love. And so my message is, if we can just love ourselves, if everybody loves themselves and loves who we are and sees their beauty, we don't have the problems that we have on this planet. It's simple, but it's so true. It's just look after yourself and love yourself. That's it.
These wise words echo the sentiment of Supreme Master Ching Hai, who elaborated on the importance of love at the world premiere of The Real Love, the musical, which is based on her life story.
We have to be the source of inspiration, of nobility and love, especially if we have been shown how by others' example. If we have love, all good will come our way. We can start to love now, today, and continue tomorrow into the future. Love yourself, love your family, love your neighbors, love all around us. Without love in our heart, we are almost nothing, just a burden to ourselves, to loved ones, and society. Love is not a word on our lips. Love must be our feeling inside and action translated outside. Love the animals, we be veg. Love the earth, we go green. Love the world, save the planet.
We sincerely thank Mr. Goldblatt for his powerful reminder that by approaching ourselves with the values of compassion, kindness, and love, we can also bolster the love that we bestow upon others, including all co-inhabitants of our planet, and by doing so, help to bring healing to our world. To learn more about Craig Goldblatt, please visit craiggoldblatt.com. Uplifted viewers, it has been such a joy to present this show to you today. Coming up next is The Snake Inside Humans, Part 2 of 12, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May every person live their life with confidence and an abundance of love for themselves, our fellow beings, and our precious planet.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/VE.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/VE.
รายการของเรามีให้หลายภาษาโปรดดู suprememastertv.com/schedule และ suprememastertv.com/VE